Super excited, Amanda. Pour Me a Sip, episode 1.
Numero uno.
Here we go. My name is Gardy, guys, and I'm here with my co-host, Amanda, and this is Pour Me a Sip. Thank you for tuning in. Amanda, why don't you just jump in and tell them what this podcast is about?
So Gardy and I had this idea for, I think, almost over a year now, because we found that we would have very insightful conversations, especially when we're drinking. If you didn't notice, there's a bottle of wine here that we're going to crack open in just a second. But we thought that it would be cool to have conversations with each other and kind of include like a broader audience, include you guys in, because, you know, we're not experts on anything. We just want to share our viewpoints, and if this can be something as a learning experience for us as it is for you. So we thought this would be a cool idea to just like have a podcast on.
For sure. We're going to be talking about various things, random things that are happening in our daily lives, things that are happening in the world. And hopefully, like Amanda said, hopefully you guys find something insightful. Take part, grab yourself a drink, pour a sip, and let's get this show going, right? So as Amanda just said, there is wine on the table, which means it is what time?
Wine time.
Wine time. Let's get it going. So we're going to go ahead and crack that bottle open as she's doing that. So Wine Time is a segment on the show where we try out various wines that we pick out at, liquor stores or vineyards, and we'll kind of feature one bottle of wine on the show. We'll try it out, give it a quick review, and essentially just jump right into our conversation, right?
Yep. So if you guys are viewing at home, we encourage you guys to pour yourself a sip, if you guys are of age, of course. Pour yourself a drink and join us in our conversation. So today we have a white wine called Apothic White.
Okay.
It is 12.5% alcohol.
Higher the better.
And it is a blend, I believe. Winemaker's blend. So I think it's a blend. It's from 2016.
So what was that thing you used to open the foil there?
So, as you guys know, or can infer, Gardy and I are kind of like alcoholics. Yeah. We went to Napa 2 years ago, and I actually got this foil cutter. So it cuts off the foil on your wine bottle. It has these 3 blades inside, and then this little button that you press. So you put it on top, you squeeze the button, you spin it around, the blades cut off the foil, and the foil just pops right off.
No. I know a lot of you guys are like, that is a waste of money. Listen, it is not a waste of money. It is super useful, especially when you drink a lot of wine like us.
It's not a waste of money if it makes you happy.
Exactly. All right. It's like, what is that, her name? Marie Kondo or something like that? It brings us happiness, okay? Now,
sparks joy.
Sparks joy. Same thing. Now, what's this next toy you've got?
So this next thing is called Cork Pops, and I love this thing. It's a little pressurized canister of air, and it comes through this needle.
Ooh, fancy.
Yep. So you just press the canister down, and it opens all corked wine, like a champagne bottle. So you'll hear a pop. Let me just stab this in.
Don't hurt yourself.
I hurt myself on a daily basis.
That's no bueno.
Alrighty.
Woo!
You see that?
Episode 1. It's like champagne.
Yeah, it's a celebration. Makes every bottle a celebration.
I'm excited. All right, so let's pour that bad boy up. As soon as she gets the cork off the needle. 1 hour later.
Some nice ASMR going on.
I know, right? I can already smell it. It smells good. Any particular reason why we went with white for episode 1?
I don't know. I usually like white wine. I'm not really a big fan of red, but of course, like, we're going to try red anyway. Alcohol's alcohol.
Guys, if you have any good red wine recommendations, let us know. We want your guys' recommendations as well. All right.
Alrighty.
Pass that over. So I learned in Napa Valley, you got to give it a little swirl first.
Mm-hmm.
To aerate.
Yes.
Then you got to smell to get it all up in your nasal area. And then you put it in your mouth. This sounds weird. Then you got to like swirl it in your mouth first.
You're supposed to let it touch all of your tongue.
All of the taste buds.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I like it. It's refreshing. It's definitely crisp, which makes sense.
Very crisp. It's on the sweeter side, which I kind of like.
But it definitely has that like I don't know what this is called. God help me if you know what this is called. But you know when you drink alcohol and it gives like burning that burning feeling. It's got a little bit of that too.
Yeah, like I feel it in the back of my throat.
Oh, I'm feeling it like right here, right behind my lungs, right in the middle there.
It's like warm.
Yes,
it's a warm feeling.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
And you're not supposed to drink wine with ice, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's like I can smell apples. I want to say like apricot or peach.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like a fruit.
Like what is it? Navel? Is that like a peach is a navel fruit? Or something like that?
I don't know.
It's one of those. It's in that family. I can taste that. All right, let's give the people what they want. So that was wine time, and now we're just gonna let you guys in on a little bit of insight on who we are, how we met, and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Right. So how did we meet?
So Gardy and I have known each other for I think over 3 years now at this point.
Yeah. 3 years in the summer, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy friendiversary.
Happy friendiversary.
Yeah, so we met when I interned for this company, and Gardy actually interviewed me for the part. And you're like how many years older than me?
5?
I think so.
Oh.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm such a great friend. I don't even know how old you are.
It's okay. That's fine. No, there's no pain.
Yeah, so I was I think a junior in college, and I was interning for this position at this company, and Gardy was already, a full-time employee. His team was looking for an intern for that summer, and his boss couldn't interview me, so he filled in with another colleague, and then they were like, yeah, Amanda's cool, and the next thing I knew, I got the job.
Yeah, you were in like what, day 1, week 1?
Yeah.
No, month 1.
What do you mean?
Like your first day was a month after that, or?
My first day?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My first day was like a month after that. And like after the interview, I got the call the next day from HR.
You got the call the next day, okay.
Yeah, I was really confused. I thought they were saying that, you didn't get the part because it was like literally the day after.
Already putting yourself down.
I'm very negative.
That's what's up though. So you got the job, and then we developed our relationship in work, and that grew out of work, and now we're here today doing this podcast.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's super. That's dope. Do you think that's weird at all? Like a guy and a girl being best friends?
No, I don't. But I know other people think it's weird because people always talk about our relationship and they're like, y'all are weird.
In what sense?
So I don't know if you hear it, but like I hear it a lot at work. Because like, I don't know, maybe it's because they work with us and they know the both of us, but they're like, oh, you guys are like really close and that's kind of throwing me off. I'm like, why is that throwing you off? And they're like, I don't know, is there something there? Like, is there something more? Like, are you interested in Gardy? And I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend. And they're like, does your boyfriend know? And I'm like, yes, my boyfriend like personally knows Gardy. They hang out, they play games together. It's not weird. Yeah. But people like to think it's weird. I think they just like to insinuate different things because they don't fully understand.
I think people want to search for something more. There's got to be something more like behind this invisible veil, and like there doesn't, and there isn't. It's just like it's literally two people, friends. That's literally all it is. Like it would be weird to live in a world where all friends were the same sex. Can you even imagine that? Like where you cannot be I can't be friends unless the dude is male. That I just think that's
that
weird.
Is weird. And I think it's like just friendships in general. It's so hard to find people who actually vibe with you and click with you on like a very deep emotional level. Mm-hmm. So I don't think gender really matters when it comes to that stuff. But, society just thinks guys and girls can't be friends. And I think because a lot of what happens is when a guy and a girl are friends, it does lead to something more. Like
someone catches feelings.
Yeah, more oftentimes than not. But I think that's why people think that way, and they're just not exposed to that many like opposite sex like relationship like friendships. I mean,
yeah, but I definitely think they're dope, right? So like I've learned a lot from you. And I'm sure you've learned a lot from me. Probably not much because I'm not.
No, stop. No, I learned so much from Gardy. I think that's one of the reasons why, like when at work, I love talking to him. So when we were on the same team, we're not on the same team anymore. But when we were on the same team, like, there was a lot of things that I learned from him, like through his character, you know, and like I learned a lot about dudes from you.
Yeah. Vice versa, same thing.
So it's like really cool, you know,
Yeah.
like it's good having a friend of the opposite sex
Mm-hmm.
because like you learn about different things that you never experience. And I feel like because I have you as a friend, like I understand my guy friends more, I understand my boyfriend more,
Mm-hmm.
or like I try to look from the other perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally the other day when what were we talking about? We were talking about like dating, I think, and just like dating, and you were like, yeah, I don't like it how. Oh yeah, so we were talking about this person who said that like they got freaked out because a girl was like, I can see us getting married, right? So this girl was talking to potential boyfriend, and she's like, haha, let's get married. She was joking, right? And then obviously that freaked you out. You're like, that's a red flag. And I'm like, she was just joking, you know? So that was something that I never thought about. And then
From a guy's perspective.
From a guy's perspective. But then like when we talked more about it and you're like, well, if some guy said like, let's get married after the second date, how would you feel? And I'm like, oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's interesting how your scope can be so small until you get it from that different perspective. It's in this case that different like that male perspective, right? So like, you know, same deal. I've learned a lot from you, especially when it comes to females, which is odd because the majority of my family, my immediate family, as you know, is female. So, you know, I've always felt that I was already well knowledged on like the feminine side of things, but no, you definitely proved that wrong. I mean, there's times all the time where like we'll be out or we'll be shopping or whatever the case may be, or you'll be explaining something to me and I'm just like, what is that? Or like, what is the point of that? And you'll literally just tell me the reason. I'm like, I've never heard or seen that in my life, but that makes sense. And yeah, that's something guys don't got to deal with or do. So it's been cool. It's been a cool journey because it's like, I've lived over 2 decades, kind of like I said, looking through this lens, but with you, it's like a whole new world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this whole new side of things that I've never really thought about or approached. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey.
Yeah. So I definitely think people should have more friends of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, how do you think people change that like perspective? Like, you can't be friends with a guy.
Just
or
be
a girl.
open to relationships. And when I say that, I don't mean they have to be intimate or there has to be a significant other or anything like that. It's literally just if you click with someone or you're vibing with someone, just let it be. You know what I'm saying? Like, there doesn't have to be more to it. There doesn't have to be all this questioning or actually, perfect example, right?
Yeah.
So you are literally a perfect example where at work, and we no longer work together, but when we used to, you'd run into someone at in your building, right? And they were a guy. And you honestly were like, yo, this is a cool dude. Like, I wouldn't mind grabbing lunch with this dude, right? But how often does it end up that the dude is actually looking for something more? And it's like,
oh, I know what you're getting at.
It's so unfortunate, but from your end, you're literally like, this is just a human that I think is cool. Let's be friends, But like other dudes, like, oh, okay, all right, maybe there's something here. It's like,
no.
It's just.
I think I'm too friendly.
You think you're too friendly?
I don't know. I think I'm too friendly. I'm just like, yeah, let's hang out. And then they're always like, oh, you want to hang out, Netflix? And no, I do not want to do any of that.
So going back to your question on like, how do you change that? Do you think the problem is more on the male side? Like, you think it's the dudes?
No, I don't think so, because like there are some girls who are, and I'm totally generalizing right now. Please, girls, don't come at me. But I think there are some girls who like really take advantage of like the whole my guy friend.
Yeah.
And they're very like touchy with their guy friend and like borderline like
intimate.
Yeah. Cause like with me and you, like we're not touchy.
Yeah.
We're not like, no, I don't like being touched, but there's some girls who like their guy friend, they act as if they're a couple with their guy friend. And I think that also kind of like contributes to the stigma of like, oh, there's something more there, you know? So I definitely think it might be from both sides.
Mm-hmm. But like all right, so a relationship like that, right?
Yeah.
If like there are ground rules set, and that's just how they are naturally, what's the big issue with that?
Because like, let me ask you, like if a girl was just being touchy with you, it's not like you're gonna be like, get off me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like it has to be the girl to initiate first.
If a girl is touchy with me,
yeah,
I'm gonna think there's something going on.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that like it's a two-way street where like, you know.
I see what you're saying now.
So
I see
like,
what you're saying.
girls also contribute to the fact that like people think they can't be guy and girlfriends, and like I'm not trying to like bash on anyone, but like if you were doing something that you wouldn't want your boyfriend or girlfriend to know, then that's not okay.
Yeah, that's a good way to know. If you are naturally a touchy person, but you're not telling your significant other, hey, I met this cool person at work, and you know, come hang out with us at lunch. And if you're not going to be touchy with that person in front of your significant other, then you know what you're doing is wrong.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a tricky topic. It's a gray area, the whole like guy and girls being friends, but like we don't have issues with it.
It has to do with intentions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, explain.
Because like for me, I'm already good with like my relationships. So then like my intention is like, oh, I just want to meet new people and I want to be friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my intent. But like if I just met you and my intent is to be friends with you, your intent might be different, and you're like, oh, I want to pursue her.
All right, so
it has to do with your intentions.
What you're supposed to do, right? You, like you said, you're naturally a friendly person.
I think you should just be upfront.
Yeah, but you think you're too friendly, right? So you're gonna start meeting new people, be friendly, and be like, so what are your intentions? Just right off the bat.
Well, no, but like I make it clear, you know, like I always like say, like, oh, like I'm hanging out with my boyfriend. Like, what about you? Like, how was your weekend? Like, you know, I make it clear that like I'm in a relationship and I'm good in my relationship. Mm-hmm. So some people get it. Some people don't
care. Like, yo, relationship. What's that word? Freaking August. Him and Jada.
Oh.
Some people hear relationship and they think, what did he say? What was that?
Oh my God.
I can't believe we already forgot what that word was.
I know. It's too much has been happening this year.
2020's been wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people hear your relationship. That's fine. They literally tell you, yeah, you can join.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it's being upfront and setting expectations and letting your intentions be known. Transparency is key for sure. Transparency,
yes. Now, and then like also people out there, just be considerate about other people's feelings too. Like, if you have no intention of like, if you know someone's interested in you, right, and you're just being friends with them, like,
don't lead them on.
Don't lead them on. That's so messed up. Yeah. Like, that's just too.
Just
like,
nip it in the bud right there.
Up.
Yeah. So like, what do you do now when you're trying to make friends? You think someone's cool, but they're thinking it's something more. You let your intentions be known, or you let it be known. You're clear. Yeah. I've got a boyfriend. Not what I'm looking for. Blah blah blah. They keep pushing. Now you just cut them off.
They keep pushing?
Yeah, you just cut them off. You're like, yeah, no, this isn't going to work.
Because at that point, they're not respecting me or, like, what I want. And let me ask you, like, if a girl were to come on too strong to you and you're just not interested, what do you do?
Yeah, you just kind of, you slowly just try to, like, avoid that person. And, like, even if you're trying to avoid, but, like, they keep popping up, it might get to a point where it's like, yo, like, relax. Give me some space. Back off, because... Yeah, just give me some space. I try to be nice about it. And fortunately I haven't gotten to a point where I'm like, I gotta like raise my tone up, fortunately.
I hope not.
Yeah. Some people, like you said, just don't get it. Some people don't get it.
Some people really don't, and it gets like borderline stalker-ish.
Yeah, and you don't want to be mean. You don't want to be mean, but like if you gotta get mean, you're forcing me to be mean, and I don't want to be mean. I'm not a mean person. I'm the nicest person in the world, guys. Believe me. Right? I don't want to be mean. So.
Okay.
No. That was it? I answered your question?
Yeah, but like going back to the whole guys and girl friendship thing, I think it's different for everyone's case, but I don't know, like what do you guys think? Do you guys think guys and girls can just be friends? Like do you have a girlfriend or a guy friend where people are like, you guys are weird or you guys are too much? And like how does your boyfriend or girlfriend feel about your best friend that's the opposite sex?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. I should ask you how your boyfriend feels.
We should bring him. We should bring him on the show.
I'll bring him out, special guest. I mean, no, yeah, maybe one day for sure. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, we made it work. I mean, I don't think there was ever a point where I questioned if this could be anything, because like you said, you were clear from the get-go.
Yeah, like I was very clear with you.
And I think I met, like, I probably met your boyfriend like what, week 2 of knowing you, maybe. Oh, yeah. Just because
he was an intern there too.
Yeah, he worked with the same company, so it was chill. It was all love. It was none of that. So yeah.
And like even when we got closer, like my boyfriend was just like, oh cool, like you have this person who cares about you, who like is there for you, and like can, you know, help you when I can't be there. So then like he's like super supportive, and like he knows me, and I'm not the one to cheat. Like I hate cheaters. That's for all y'all out there cheating. Stop.
Yeah, stop cheating, guys. Stop. What was it? Situationship? Is that what it was? I'm still trying to think of the name of the word of that August was talking about with him and Jada, or Jada was talking about it with her relationship. But I'm still trying to figure out that word. Guys, help me out in the comments below. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it worked out, and you know, we're close friends now, and we're still making it work. And I don't think there's any issues with guys being friends with girls, and like you said, there could be a lot of benefits out of being friends with the opposite sex, and the world could be a friendlier place, right? You know, we need more equality in this world, and I think part of that is just this like machismo mindset where, like, you know, at least I'll speak for guys feel like girls aren't on their level. Guys, you know, girls can't take part in various things that guys do because you're just not good enough. Unless it's gaming. I'm sorry, but you know, you could get a little bit better at gaming.
I can't speak to that. I don't game.
So you don't game. That's already like a red flag. All right, you got to step it up.
It's a red flag.
Get your thumbs on the sticks. All right.
That sounds wrong.
How so? How's that sound wrong? Explain. Elaborate.
What?
Elaborate.
Did you hear yourself? You said put your thumbs on the stick.
Oh. You see what the problem is? You see where her mind goes? I'm not even... Let me tell you something about her. And you guys, this is probably the liquor talking. But our minds, we're on the same wavelength. All right? We get each other, and we'll complete each other's sentences here and there. But like sometimes I'll hear something and we'll both hear the same thing. And she's thinking something far left from what I'm thinking about. I'm super like conventional and like PC with it, and she's like, put your thumbs on the sticks. What? I'm like, what? I'm like, what did I say? Like, what? But no, as you can see, we get along, so that's dope. But yeah, this was fun. This was a good first episode, and you know, we're gonna keep doing this for the foreseeable future, and hopefully people take part and share their experiences with us. I mean, this particular episode, like Amanda said, let us know if you feel like guys and girls can be friends. Let us know if you got guy and girl friends, like close friends, and you know. And like,
let me know if you totally disagree with me that guys and girls can be friends but touchy with each other.
Yeah, because that's a big one too. I mean, when I see it, I definitely am like, you know, I'm sorry, but if I see it, I'm gonna be like, yo, something's going on there. I'll be on the other end of the table asking if there's something going on.
Yeah.
And they'll probably tell me no, there's nothing. Like, so when people ask me, which isn't too often, when people ask me if there's something going on between us, I'm literally, I kind of have fun with it. I'm literally like, no, and they're like, you sure? And I'm like, I mean, if you think there is, fine. Like, but there's not. Like, because it's to the point where no matter how many times you say no, they still. I've had repeat asks.
Really?
You know, from the same people that are like, yo, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. But like at this point, if you're convinced, then that seems like
that's
like
a you
thing. Yeah, like you go ahead and stay convinced.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm gonna keep it moving. So like, you know.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. This was a great conversation, Gardy. Thank you. And obviously, these are our opinions. If you guys totally agree or disagree, let us know. And if there's a topic that you guys want us to talk about, like comment below, and then
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, it might be featured.
Again, let us know if there's a particular wine that you guys want us to try. We're open to all of them. Cheap or expensive, please just pick a cheap one.
Thanks.
But yeah, no, let us know and we'll give them a shot. All right, this was Pour Me a Sip episode 1. We hope you guys tune in on the next one.
All right, peace out.
Amanda, here we go.
You're so
finally. Sorry, let me turn that down. Here we go. All right, Amanda, here we go. Super excited. You?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Right, pour me a sip. All right. Just let's do it again. We'll do it. Also, I'm like, where am I looking? Like, I'm talking to them, but I'm looking at you. So I'm gonna look at that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Dope. Amanda, here we go again. No. Okay. Scrap that. New line.